Welcome to the Code to Enhance Learning video series to learn coding. Let's start with the lesson quiz. To help students remember, teachers have to get creative. One innovative method is, believe it or not, mode testing. Research shows that frequent testing doesn't just measure learning, it actually promotes it. Students are better at recalling, retrieving, and applying new information after taking a test on it. Behavioral researchers call this phenomena the testing effect or the retrieval practice effect. However, for teachers, frequent testing becomes tedious as checking papers and analyzing them takes time and energy. With the help of technology, these efforts could be minimized a lot so that tests are helping students as well as it's not overwhelming for teachers. Moreover, the technology should be such that it's customizable and easy to use for teachers so that it motivates and encourages them to use it. What do you think we can do? The objective is to make a quiz application using functions. Before starting, let's see a preview. Here, I will add my name.
Who is the Prime Minister of India? You are correct. In which year did India get independence? This is the wrong answer.
In order to make this application, we need to learn a concept called functions. In coding, a set of reusable instructions or codes to complete a task is called functions. These reusable codes are called from the main codes. They might need some input value to perform the specific task. For example, we have to draw equilateral shapes. One of the ways is to give instructions as shown in case 1. The other way is to define a function as shown in case 2. Now, if I have to make equilateral shapes, then I am just going to call the function shape. This saves us from writing longer codes and hence time too. It's also easy to understand and modify. Before we start making this project, let's think and note down the response to question, can you tell me what will happen on stage? Okay, the user will enter its name. The application will ask user a question. The user will enter the answer. The application will check the answer input by the user. If the answer is correct, the application will tell that the answer is correct and it increase the score by 1 and show the next question. If the answer is wrong, then the application will tell that the answer is wrong and it will decrease the score by 1 and show the next question. The application will store the score of the user at the end of the quiz. Now, I will think about what we will need on the stage. Okay, a sprite named as Pappu and a backdrop which say, let's play the quiz. First, let's start with the sprite. I am going to draw a sprite named Pappu. As you can see here, I have drawn a sprite. Here you can see I have drawn a sprite and backdrop. Now let's move to the coding part. First, I want the application to ask and store the name of the player. For this, I will create a list. I will name it as player list. Now I will use add item to the list block and put the answer block in it. This will store the name of the player in the list. Also, I will create a variable called score which will count the score of the player and initialize the score to 0. I am going to use this event so whenever this sprite is clicked, then it will activate the code written below. After this, I want the sprite to ask the question. My first question is, who is the Prime Minister of India? And I also want it to speak it. That's why I use speak block here. Now I will broadcast a message 1 so that when this sprite will receive it, then it will change its costumes so that it look like that the sprite is speaking. Now I will use conditional block if else to check if the answer is correct or not. If the answer will be equals to Narendra Modi, then change the score by 1 and broadcast a message 2 so that when sprite receives it, then it will change its costumes, and I am going to select this speak block so that the sprite will speak you are correct. And after this, play a cheer sound and say, bingo, you are correct. Else, change the score by -1 and broadcast a message 2 so that when sprite receives it, then it will change its costume. And I am going to select this speak block so that the sprite will speak, you are wrong. And I also want that sprite will say, your answer is wrong, better luck next time. Let's see how it works.
Who is the Prime Minister of India? You are correct.
Now, in order to make the second question, I will copy all the blocks related to question 1. Then I will change the field of speak block, ask block, and correct answer in conditional block. However, the other codes are going to remain the same. Now here we can see the code to ask first question and second question are similar. Just we need changes in 3 fields. In such case, we can create a function having this similar set of codes to ask questions and check the answer if it's correct or not. So I will go to my block and click on create block. I will add one label naming question with input QUES and one more label naming as answer with input ANS. You would be able to see that one pink block is created called define with labels and input that we have mentioned. Now quickly snip all the block related to question below it. Now in the field of speak and ask, put the block from the define block called QUES, and in the field of comparative operator block, put the block from define block called ANS. Now from the block palette, from my block we pick this block and place it below the set score 0. And in first field we are going to type question, and in second field we are going to type the answer of it. So now when the sprite will be clicked, then this block will get activated. This will call the function block that we have created and it will get activated. In place of the 2 fields, it will take the values from the main program and execute it. Let's see how it works.
Who is the Prime Minister of India? You are correct.
Now for the second question, you have to take the pink block from the block palette again. Type the question 2 and answer of the question 2. When this block will get activated, Then again it will activate the same function block. Let's see how it works.
Who is the Prime Minister of India? You are correct. In which year did India get independence? You are correct.
Similarly, you can see here I have written some more questions using function block. Now here I use this add block to store the variable score. Now let's see how the whole program will run.
Who is the Prime Minister of India? You are correct. In which year did India get independence? You are correct. Which Indian state is the land of rising sun? This is the wrong answer.
So this is the code for quiz using Scratch programming. After this, I have some quizzes for you. Read it carefully and discuss the answer with your partner or teacher. Now, before ending this, I have some questions which you have to discuss with your partner or teacher. Thank you for watching.